The story of the Red Hand Division. Formation. The Red Hand Division, officially known as the 36th Ulster Division, was a British Army division formed during World War I. Ulster Volunteers. Many of the division's soldiers came from the Ulster Volunteers, a paramilitary organization formed to resist Home Rule for Ireland. Symbolism of the Red Hand. The Red Hand emblem on the division's insignia symbolizes the Red Hand of Ulster, an iconic symbol in Northern Irish heraldry. Ulster Covenant. The formation of the division was influenced by the signing of the Ulster Covenant in 1912, a protest against Home Rule that garnered widespread support in Ulster. Battles of the Somme, 1916. The 36th Division played a significant role in the Battle of the Somme, particularly on the first day, July 1, 1916. Thiepval and Schwaben Redoubt. The division faced fierce fighting at Thiepval and Schwaben Redoubt during the Battle of the Somme, with heavy casualties. Sacrifice at the Somme. The division's sacrifices at the Somme are remembered as heroic but also marked by a high cost in terms of lives lost. Ulster Tower Memorial. The Ulster Tower, a memorial at Thiepval, commemorates the soldiers of the 36th Division who fought in the Battle of the Somme. Cultural significance. The Red Hand Division holds cultural significance in Northern Ireland, representing a shared history of sacrifice. Beyond the Somme, the division continued to serve on the Western Front, participating in various campaigns and engagements throughout the war. Leadership. Major General Oliver Nugent was one of the key leaders of the division, providing leadership during critical moments in battles. Composition. The division comprised a mix of infantry and support units, reflecting the diverse skills needed for effective military operations. Post-war legacy. The Red Hand Division's legacy is commemorated through memorials, museums, and events, honoring the service and sacrifice of its members. Orange and green. The division's formation emphasized a unity of purpose among Irishmen, including both Catholics and Protestants, despite historical religious divides. Home Rule crisis. The political context of the Home Rule crisis and the fear of Irish partition influenced the sentiments and motivations of the division's members. 36th Ulster Division Memorial Garden. Located in France, the Memorial Garden commemorates the division's service and sacrifice. Centenary commemorations. The centenary of World War I saw renewed attention to the history of the Red Hand Division, with various events and ceremonies. Political impact. The division's formation and participation in the war had political repercussions, contributing to the shaping of Irish and Northern Irish politics. Ulster Covenant Anniversary. The division's formation coincided with the anniversary of the signing of the Ulster Covenant, creating a symbolic link between political events and military service. Post-war Unionist identity. The division became a symbol of Unionist identity in Northern Ireland, with its story often intertwined with debates about national identity. Shared commemoration. The division's legacy is remembered by people of diverse backgrounds in Northern Ireland, reflecting a shared history of service and sacrifice. Military honors. Individuals within the Red Hand Division received military honors for acts of bravery and service. Museum exhibits. Museums, such as the Somme Museum in Northern Ireland, showcase artifacts and stories related to the 36th Division. Education and awareness. Efforts are made to educate the public about the division's history, fostering an understanding of its significance in the broader context of World War I. Reflection on identity. The Red Hand Division's story prompts reflection on the complex intersections of military service, identity, and historical events in Northern Ireland. YouTube description. Explore the poignant history of the Red Hand Division, also known as the 36th Ulster Division, and its pivotal role in the Battle of the Somme during World War I. From the symbolism of the Red Hand to the enduring legacy in Northern Irish culture, this video delves into the captivating story of sacrifice and service. YouTube tags: Red Hand Division, 36th Ulster Division, Battle of the Somme, World War I, Irish history. Hashtags: Hashtag Red Hand Division, Hashtag Ulster Division, Hashtag Battle of the Somme, Hashtag World War I, Hashtag Irish history. Title: The Red Hand Division, Sacrifice and Symbolism in World War I. Write detail on the Russian royal family's fate. Write 25 points on the topic in detail. Also write YouTube description, YouTube tags, hashtags and title. Chat GPT. The Russian royal family's fate. Romanov dynasty. The Russian royal family, the Romanovs, ruled Russia for over 3 centuries until their tragic end during the Russian Revolution. Nicholas II. Nicholas II, the last Tsar of Russia, abdicated the throne in 1917 during the February Revolution, marking the end of the Romanov monarchy. House arrest. Following abdication, the Romanovs were placed under house arrest in the Alexander Palace in Tsarskoye Selo. Provisional government. The provisional government, which took control after the abdication, initially provided the Romanovs with relative freedom. Bolshevik Revolution, October 1917. The October Revolution led by the Bolsheviks changed the political landscape, leading to the eventual fate of the Romanovs. Imprisonment in Tobolsk. In August 1917, the Romanovs were moved to Tobolsk in Siberia, where they continued to be held in captivity. Bolshevik control. The Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Lenin, gained control, and the Romanovs' fate became increasingly uncertain. Execution plans. As the Russian Civil War intensified, the Bolsheviks debated the fate of the Romanovs, with some advocating for their execution. Execution in Ekaterinburg, 1918. On July 17, 1918, the Romanovs were executed by a firing squad in the basement of the Ipatiev house in Ekaterinburg. Nicholas II, Alexandra, and children. The executed members included Tsar Nicholas II, Tsarina Alexandra, their 5 children, Olga, Tatiana, Maria, Anastasia, and Alexei, and a few loyal servants. Disguised execution. Initially, the Bolsheviks planned to relocate the Romanovs, but due to the approaching White Army, anti-Bolshevik forces, they were executed to prevent their rescue. Mystery of Anastasia. For many years, the fate of Anastasia, the youngest daughter, remained a mystery, leading to various claims of survival. Discovery of remains. The Romanovs' remains were discovered in Ekaterinburg in 1991, providing conclusive evidence of their fate. DNA confirmation. DNA analysis confirmed the identities of the Romanovs, ending decades of speculation about their fate. Burial in St. Petersburg. In 1998, the remains of the Romanovs were interred in the Peter and Paul Fortress in St. Petersburg, Russia. Canonization as martyrs. In 2000, the Russian Orthodox Church outside Russia canonized the Romanov family as martyrs, and later, the Russian Orthodox Church inside Russia followed suit. Reburial in St. Petersburg, 1998. The reburial ceremony in St. Petersburg was attended by members of the Russian government and the Romanov family. Historical investigation. The events surrounding the Romanovs' execution and the subsequent investigations have been the subject of extensive historical research. Public commemoration. The Russian government and various organizations regularly commemorate the Romanovs' tragic end with memorial events. Execution site as a memorial. The Ipatiev house in Ekaterinburg, the site of the execution, was demolished, and a church, the Church on Blood, was built as a memorial. Media and cultural impact. The story of the Romanovs has inspired numerous books, films, and documentaries, capturing the imagination of people worldwide. End of Imperial Russia. The execution of the Romanovs marked the symbolic end of imperial rule in Russia and the establishment of the Soviet Union. Human rights concerns. The execution of the Romanovs has been criticized as a violation of human rights, sparking debates about the morality of their fate. Political turmoil in Russia. The Romanovs' execution occurred during a tumultuous period in Russian history, marked by political upheaval and social change. Legacy of tragedy. The tragic fate of the Romanovs remains a poignant chapter in Russian history, symbolizing the fall of an empire and the beginning of a new era.